Turning our eyes back to the folks affected by Hurricane Helene. More relief will be heading from the North Country to North Carolina. That's because of the Ogdensburg Firefighters Union. 7 News reporter Chad Charette has more.
At Ogdensburg's fire department, a pile of supplies is quickly forming as members of the city's firefighter union gear up for what could be a massive donation.
So it's good to see that people do care, and people want to help as much as they can.
That's Patrick LeClaire, or Bubba. He has family members in North Carolina, and what started as a personal relief mission quickly grew into a donation drive to aid folks in Asheville affected by Hurricane Helene once he enlisted the help of his fellow firefighters. On Monday, he'll be making the 14-hour trip down, supplies in tow.
I don't mind the drive, and who knows what you're going to see on the way down.
Donations opened up on Wednesday morning, but the department has already accrued a sizable pile. Knowing the community, Fire Captain Scott McCormick isn't surprised at all.
This community is always great about reaching out or helping anybody in need, depending on whether they just drop up a couple bottles of water and a couple of rolls of toilet paper to cases and cases of stuff being donated. They're really great about it.
Right now, they're looking for non-perishable food items, toiletries, baby formula, pet food, and other essentials. When it comes to water, however, the department would rather take monetary donations.
Water is great and needed, but it's very heavy to transport, so we're maybe going to try to buy some as they get down closer.
If you're planning to donate, the department says you should keep an eye on their Facebook page. They'll be updating a list of what they need based on what comes in. Chad Charette, 7 News.